Hi, welcome to another BobBlast. I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is about varnishing, how to varnish your painting, and why to varnish your painting. So, the why to varnish. Well, I like to varnish my acrylic paintings while I'm painting, in layers. Because after one layer dries, it dries, and then I can put a varnish on it to see how it's coming along. It's almost like putting oil on your wooden tables. It brings the grain out, it makes it richer. Well, the same thing I've discovered, it also works on paintings too. So in my acrylic paintings, I use a water-based varnish, all different kinds. Everyone's brand is pretty darn good. You've got the water-based. Make sure it's water-based. Golden makes it, Holbein makes it. Here's a Holbein varnish. They come in different shininess. They have glossy, semi-gloss, and they have satin. Your choice, okay? So I go different back and forth. Sometimes it's semi-gloss, sometimes it's satin. It all depends on the piece. But when you put this on, just know that it's water-based, so you don't want to use these kind of brushes that look like they're hog hair brushes. It leaves a mark, You want to use a brush that's kind of soft, so it won't leave a mark. So I always like to do something like this, Don't use this brush, always use this brush. Ha 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 ha, right? So always a soft brush. Make sure they're really wide too. You don't get these tiny little ones. They also have these spray fixes for your watercolors and pastels. Believe it or not, this is something not too many people know about. It's a product. It's called it's casein actually, and casein is milk without whey. Okay, and it's made by Spectrafix. It's all natural. Can you believe it? This is the stuff that the Sistine Chapel ceiling was sealed in, and that was in watercolor in wet plaster of Paris. So this stuff really works even today. Spectrafix is the name of this one. Then I put it on all of my pastels. Okay? And we also have, for those of you who like to restore old paintings, this also works well. This is called Dorland's Wax Medium. And you just rub it on just like car wax. Okay, and you rub it in, then you buff it out. So that works pretty well too. It has a really nice soft satin finish to it. So in a minute, I think I'll get over to how I actually do this. So here I have my soft brush. I wet it first. Okay, wet the brush. Allows the varnish to come off the brush hairs a little easier. Here's my water-based varnish. Make sure you stir it first. Do not shake it. I know we're in the habit of shaking that varnish jar or the can. Don't do that. You shake it. Okay? Otherwise, you're churning up all kinds of air into it. So it looks like 2% milk. Kind of whitish. It will dry optically clear. And here is the secret. One direction. Don't go back and forth. I know you get on the cell phone, you start talking, and you're talking and talking, and you're going. What you're doing, you're frothing it up, and you're getting air bubbles in there. Put a lot on slowly. Notice how slowly I'm going. Slowly. And now, since I put so much on, go left to right. Start off. Start on. Start on rather, and off. Get all the bubbles off. Now this will dry optically clear, even though it looks kind of milky right now. And in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so, it will be dry enough for me to then paint on it. And I'll just keep doing this throughout several layers. So I paint, varnish, paint, varnish, paint, varnish, until it has that rich, deep look that I'm looking for. So remember, water-based acrylic varnish. This one happens to be satin. You decide. So after that dries, I will continue painting on it. So it's not usually my last varnish. So I do lots of layers just to make that clear. And then after it dries again, the acrylic dries, I do another layer. So it's almost like building a lasagna, lots of layers, right? And when I'm really finished, I'll do one more final coat of that varnish. And then I know it's finished. So that's it. That's how to varnish and why and how to. Good luck, and I'll see you on the next one.